So we're here at the ROA Dinghy and Watersports show. I'm here with Matt, and he's part of the Sailgp GBR team. So can you talk us through a little bit about what your role is on the boat?
Yeah, so I'm a grinder on board, so I'm in charge of basically power generation, so directly attached to the wing sheet, all whilst facing backwards, so it's slightly different view to the rest of the guys on the boat.
A typical day, can you talk us through what that would look like?
Yeah, I mean these boats are fairly complicated, so to get them on the water takes a fair few hours, so you've got a good 4 hours before you even think about going sailing. Then we'll get out there and try and get as much time on the water as possible before we start racing, and then it's into 3, potentially 2 quick races, 15 minutes each, and then you're back in again. So the days are pretty full on. You've probably got at least 12, 14 hours of time between rolling out in the morning and getting it back in the evening.
When I was down in Plymouth, there was like a complete buzz. I was just wondering whether you could kind of get across what that feeling's like, because I mean a lot of people haven't been in that environment.
When you get the boats on the moorings, they're all very kind of stable and it looks quite serene and quite nice, and as soon as you push off, they don't do warm-ups or slow speeds, you're straight into it. You're into flying around at 40 knots out of the water. You have to be switched on straight away.
The speed's so quick, how do you communicate on the boat?
We're all wired up with head units, so it kind of feels like you're sat in someone's living room. You're kind of noise cancelling a little bit, so you can hear everything pretty well. But obviously as you go faster, everyone's tempo seems to rise a little bit, so you've got to try and keep it very calm and collected on board.
And with the girls coming into Sailgp, how's that kind of worked this year?
It's been great. There's a bit of uncertainty at the start as to how that role would develop, and we've got some amazing female talent in the UK. So having Hannah and all the girls who've come and helped us on board throughout the season, to have them now on board when we're racing, hopefully developing the pathway for them looking to come through, and hopefully we can get more and more involved.
Yeah, I've been part of the Sailgp Inspire stuff, and you know, with the Fevers and the Wasps and that different kind of slalom style of racing, it's just been so much fun. Have you spoken to a lot of the Sailgp Inspire sailors over the course of the last year?
Yeah, no, it's great. I think the whole event's trying to do things differently, change the way you race, change the whole perspective of sailing really, and I think the Inspire programs like that as well. They can go out and race and then they can see the 50-foot falling catamarans next door and go and see them up in the flesh, and that in itself is pretty inspiring. You haven't seen one of those before, because they're pretty special bits of kit, and it just goes to show what's possible in the sport of sailing and where it's moving.
Well, I think we'll end it there, but thank you so much, Matt, for taking the time out of your day to...
I look forward to having you in San Francisco, and we can hopefully show you around the boat a bit and get you involved in the future.
Yeah, well, I definitely can't wait. Thank you.